And an international manhunt is intensifying this morning for the cold-blooded Christmas market killer. In fact, we've just learned the terrorist suspect had been under government surveillance for months. Amy Kellogg's overseas this morning in Milan with the breaking details. Amy, good morning.
Connell, Anis Amri had been under government surveillance from May until September. They were suspecting he was about to commit an armed robbery in order to get some guns for an attack, to pay for guns, to then carry out some sort of attack in Germany. But at some point, those investigators decided they didn't have enough evidence. So at that point, he slipped through the cracks. They sort of downgraded him to a petty drug dealer. But before that, there were many other incidents. He has quite a criminal history. So the question really is how he was allowed to move around so freely. How did he manage to slip surveillance? Part of the reason was that the man who is most widely known as 24-year-old Anis Amri had 6 aliases and untold fake documents, and even told authorities over the years that he had different nationalities. And when Germany finally managed to complete the legal process to have him deported over the summer, they couldn't, because they didn't have valid travel documents for him, and Tunisia wasn't even sure that he was one of their own. And his looks changed dramatically, as evidenced in the different photos circulating of him. Police are now offering a 100,000 euro reward. That's just north of $100,000, and they are searching many German cities. Anis Amri was born in what is now called by many people an ISIS stronghold of Tunisia. According to his father, he was into trouble and drugs throughout his youth. He was sentenced in absentia for violent crimes in Tunisia, and then, according to many reports, he fled the law, not oppression, and slipped into a boat with Syrian refugees. He arrived in Italy here in 2012, did 4 years of jail time for burning down a school in Italy, and upon release moved in an open border Europe to Germany, where he was also arrested several times for various offenses, was on a terror watch list for a certain point, and reportedly on a U.S. no-fly list. He's known to have been the adherent of a cowardly Salafist imam known as the Faceless Preacher, because he always had his back to cameras during his filmed rants. Now back to the scene of the tragedy that occurred Monday night. Not all of the victims have been identified as of yet, so that's been a particularly painstaking and painful process for loved ones. But we do understand that that Christmas market in central Berlin is starting to spring back to life today. Apparently there is the smell of sausage and mulled wine in the air, although clearly at that Christmas market and some of the thousands, Heather, of other Christmas markets across Germany, there is added anxiety, especially as this manhunt continues, and so many questions are being asked about how Anis Amri is a free man.
Yeah, especially after he was on that list.
Of course, Amy Kellogg with the breaking news overseas this morning. Thank you, Amy.